Our next talk is, we're at the halfway mark, and it's from Hannah Underwood from the Key up there in the northeast. Hannah, take it away.
Just unmuting there. Hello everyone. Right, so I'm just sharing my slides. There, hope everyone can see that. Right, so yes, I'm Hannah Underwood. I'm from the Key. We're a charity who has a youth development framework that we deliver to thousands of young people across the northeast of England through a network of, quite a diverse network of different youth and community organisations. So last year, pre-COVID, after a long time of strategising and planning, we'd managed to secure a package of support to help us to scale our impact. And this involved doing things slightly differently. And as part of that, we were committed to looking at and exploring ways in which we could include co-creation in our design processes. And in particular, that meant for us working with young people, working with our facilitators, who are essentially youth workers, and also managers and directors of youth and community organisations. One of the ways in which we had started to make those changes was to look at how we could digitise our services. So that was looking at ways that we could enable youth organisations and young people to adapt to new ways of engaging with us and with each other in a virtual environment. With the support of an organisation called CAS, they introduced us to this design process that meant that we were having lots of really interesting conversations in groups and one-to-one with young people, with youth workers and with managers of youth organisations. And the thing that we found sort of most interesting about that co-creation process was the assumption testing. Now, this stuff is really messy and really time-consuming and can be frustrating, but was just insanely valuable. We did it through user testing, our user research, and also through prototyping with some sort of early stage ideas. And through that process, we've just realized how many assumptions that we make about what the problems are that our beneficiaries and our users face, what their needs are, and what they think good solutions are. And it's really tempting to skip over that phase because, you know, it's exciting to skip over to the ideation and the solutions part because that's the exciting stuff, right? But I would absolutely recommend you don't do that because it was so important. So some of our assumptions were held true and now we're really confident in those, but some of them were just totally blown out of the water, and now, you know, we've really changed our thinking about the ways in which we're going to plan things moving forwards. So we're now in the phase where we're about to develop 3 really impactful minimum viable products. They're going to help youth organisations to navigate this sort of new normal of working in a hybrid way between face-to-face and digital service delivery with young people. Also developing really meaningful and simple ways to measure their impact in a consistent way. And also a product that's around helping young people to connect much more closely with their own learning journey and for them to take ownership and have more autonomy over that for themselves. So what we found is we've really loved this process of co-creation, and we feel that it's been exactly the right thing for us to do, and it's something that we really are committed to sticking to. But the situation that we're in now is changing. We've seen sort of the green shoots of, we'd started to see the green shoots of recovery out of COVID, and now it feels like we've taken a backward step. So the COVID-19 readiness level for youth work went from amber to red, meaning very little youth work is happening at the moment. And also the extension of the furlough scheme to the end of March had meant that those organisations that were starting to just peek their heads above the parapet and we were able to engage with them, they've now sort of gone back into hibernation. So we know like how valuable this stuff has been to us, and we really want to keep momentum with it. Because if we're able to produce our new services and our new offers to our members at the times when the restrictions start to lift, it's going to be really valuable and important for them. But neither do we want to compromise on this concept of co-creation. So I'm hoping now to open up a bit of a challenge to you. Michael, I don't know, I had a little poll. I don't know if it's able to pop that up right now. So I was wanting to ask you, the audience, if you could tell us how many of you had have been involved in some sort of co-creation in a virtual way. Michael, are we able to do that? Do I need to unshare?
I'm sorry, I don't think that we managed to do that, Hannah.
Oh, okay,
Would
never
you be
mind.
able to,
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, well, my second question out to you then as the audience is, what sort of tips, tools, ideas, techniques do you have that you could share with us about how we could continue to co-create in this COVID world, in particular where sort of our access to our user groups, young people and youth workers is so severely limited? And if people were able to sort of share that on the chat, that would be amazing. Then we've got sort of like a permanent record of it. But also, if anyone's brave enough to put the hand up and share some of those live now, that would also be great. So I'm going to look in the chat to see if anyone has got any ideas. Maybe if anyone wants to put their thumbs up icon, if they want to speak.
It looks like Elizabeth Kane and Lisa Day have responded.
Okay, great. Elizabeth, would you like to share your ideas with us?
Hello. No, I just jotted down that Padlet is something new for me, and it's something that has been used by teachers networks here in the Northeast, and it was also used when I did some training with the Lego Foundation, and that was really nice because it was a chance for international collaboration in quite a meaningful way.
Oh, great. What was that, Padlet, did you say?
Yeah, I believe that this conference is using Padlet, although I'm not sure what for, but it's great because you can kind of pose questions and people can write on it in real time. You can share images. It's a really rich and visual way of engaging with lots of people.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Elizabeth. And who was the other person who had something to say?
Yeah, hi, I'm Lisa Day. I'm a co-leader of the Resilience Revolution in Blackpool. We run a parents group. We've run this digital since COVID. So we run it on Teams. We use Teams within the council, Blackpool Council. So we've had great experiences of co-producing within them groups. I'm part of Blackpool Families Rock co-production group. We also meet on Teams, but we also did meet pre-COVID, and we used Padlet then. So obviously pre-COVID, we were using Padlet as a virtual space, as well as a space that we could meet up in. And since then, we've gone on to Teams. I'm also part of a network called Place, and that's run by Charlie Waller Memorial Trust over in the Northeast. We meet on Zoom, and they're parent groups that parent-led groups that's all got together and all got a voice together since COVID. So that's been fantastic.
Brilliant. Lisa, I'm going to have to, it's brilliant that you two are connecting, and I hope you can take this conversation offline. Hannah, it was brilliant that you got people to co-produce your session by joining in, but we have run over time. If you just want to, I'll give you 10 seconds just to summarize and any message you wanted to give out.
No, just please get in touch with us if there's any more ideas or suggestions. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Hannah, and thanks for the opportunity to others, Lisa and Elizabeth, for pitching in as well.